So hi everybody, it's Zach again. Today I wanted to make this video talking about how I was able to craft a rain barrel out of this old Rubbermaid Brute trash can. Now what happened was I was able to pick up this trash can for free. I knew an organization that was getting rid of a bunch of them, and I knew I needed a second rain barrel because I had this small one that I had made out of just this old plastic barrel, and it wasn't big enough. So I wanted to get the second one, and I was like, boy, wouldn't that be a great thing to make the new rain barrel out of, because it comes with a lid and it comes with handles. And I'll tell you, it ended up being a lot easier and a lot more successful than I would have ever imagined. So hopefully this video maybe inspires you to be creative with something else someone's getting rid of, to kind of help the environment in your community. So what I did was, the old downspout basically is right here. It came down to the ground and into this concrete runoff thing. Now if you can see this, my flower bed's actually a little bit too narrow for this, so it's not optimal. I'd like to have the water diffuse out better than it does, just keep water away from the foundation and things, but it has worked out so far. So what I did was I came in and measured the distance on the downspout, so that I could cut it off about 1 to 2 feet inside of where the can is. So I had to make sure that the concrete thing was here, that I had my bricks out, and that the trash can was there when I measured it. And what I did was I cut that off and removed the bracket. There was another bracket like this down at the bottom that held it on there, and just slid the trash can up underneath of it. That worked really easy. And then the next thing I did was, I'm going to take this lid off. This is not the next thing that I did. The next thing I did was made a place for the excess water to go out, because if it fills up, you want it to be able to drain out. And what I did was I took the old downspout to make this, because it was pretty close to the right height. The only extra thing I needed was an extra elbow to go on here, because the old one would just went straight down with the elbow, but I was able to reuse the old pieces, including here the old bracket. So what I just did was I took 2 elbows in the straight piece, I measured it out. I cut a hole here, about 6 inches down from the top of the lip, basically as close as you can get it, because you want to have as much water in here as possible. I did it 6 inches down because this angles down actually, so it sticks up into the trash can a little bit. You can't see it from there, but by 6 inches, when it goes in, it's more like 2 or 3 inches from the top. I went to the hardware store, and you can get screws that are designed to work with downspouts so that they seal. Make sure you get the right ones, or you'll have a leak. And then I just drilled in, I screwed together the 2 elbows and this straight piece. I got a new bracket because the old one was bent, and screwed that in with the same kind of screws so it would be watertight. And with a can, just make sure those screws are not too long. These don't actually go all the way through the can, but they hold it on there. I stuck this into the hole. I just used a jigsaw. You can use a reciprocating saw, anything really you have, as long as the hole's kind of the same size as this. Now it probably will leak a little bit around the edge, but in theory most of the water will get out here and go out before it gets up to your hole. And even if it does come out, it's right over where the water comes, diffuses out in the concrete thing. So once I did that, I then took the lid and basically marked on here the width of the downspout, and the depth of it, and I cut this out with a jigsaw. Then I had to go in, clean it up a little bit. You can see it's semi-squared, but it's a rain barrel, so it doesn't matter if it's perfect. But I cut it out, and then this lid fits right on here. And basically what that does is it keeps all the mosquitoes, all the dirt, and everything out of here. The only thing that can get in here is what comes down the downspout. And that's what I really like about using this trash can. Is the other one I put like this wired mesh over to do that. This came with the lid, and it's solid, and it's better than just that, because there's nothing that's going to get in here. Then the last part was installing the faucet, the space where the water comes out of. what I did was I went to the hardware store. You can see it kind of. Got this brass outdoor faucet. Just a simple one. It doesn't have to be anything too elaborate, but I like the brass ones because it's going to hold up. It's not going to break. And then I went to the hardware store also and got this piece. This is just a screw together attachment that goes into the rain barrel that has a spot on the outside for the faucet to attach and the water to come through. You can get them in the plumbing section. They're called something a little bit different in some different places. But our local Lowe's was able to help me out with that. I was able to find it on the app. You're not going to find that in a rain barrel kit or anything like that. It's something different, but it makes it a whole lot easier. But it just is a screw together piece that is designed for plumbing and stuff like that. Really probably on the inside of your house, but this works pretty well for a rain barrel. And all you have to do is take a circular saw, the drill saw, drill the hole in there, and then there's a piece on the inside and a piece on the outside. You screw it together, and then you screw the faucet on it, and it's together. I mean, that's really simple. Some of the other rain barrel options I've seen have been way too complicated to make that piece. And that's why I think a lot of people go out and buy their own. But like I said, this isn't normally associated with a rain barrel piece conversion kit, but I found it really easy. I use it for the other one, I use it for this one. And what I'll do is I'll drop the link for that piece from Lowe's in the comment section so that you can see it. But if you're going to make it, use that, and all you have to do is get the right drill saw, the little circular ones that's the same size as the inside piece, because the outside flange is a little bit bigger, and then you just drill that out and put together, and you're good as gold. Get that lined up, get that tight on there, and once it rains, which it did the other night, turn it on, and you got all the water you want. Now this is I think a 45-gallon trash can, so that's a heck of a lot of water. And I think between the two of them, I do a garden, I do a bunch of flower beds. This should be more than enough water for me between rainstorms, and that's a lot of water for me to save, not only to help our local aquifer and stuff, but also reduce my water bill and my electric bill and things. So I think it's going to be great for me. I would definitely recommend finding one of these trash cans. Probably if you put something on Facebook, somebody you know in some organization is getting rid of a big old plastic trash can. Just make sure they're not split or anything, but a lot of places replace them when they get kind of nasty looking because they don't like them anymore, or maybe the handle's broken or something's a little weird with them. And you can go get these for nothing really. I've known several places that have gotten rid of ones like these, and I was just able to pick this one up. If that fails, put on one of your local Facebook pages looking for just a plastic barrel, and you'll be able to find one real easy. I needed one for something else, and I put it on there, and I got like 10 offers within 10 minutes for people who were just trying to get rid of these barrels. A lot of things come in them, and then people have to dispose of them. They aren't worth anything. You might have to cut them off or something, but like I said, the trash can is definitely better. Like, this was just a random idea I got one day, and I would say it's an excellent one. So definitely try to follow up using this trash can. It maybe looks a little weird on the outside of the house, but who really cares? It's doing its job. I can move it if I need to with these handles and stuff. And again, I think the lid is the big selling point. It keeps all the stuff out of it, and it's tough plastic. I mean, it's not going to break and nothing's going to happen to it. But like I said, I will drop the link for that piece that goes inside. And the only other thing you really have to buy is the faucet, and you need to make sure that you get the faucet that matches the right size of that piece that the water comes through that goes into the bucket. If you like this video, be sure to hit like or subscribe to my channel, and hope you have a wonderful day.